Ladies and gentlemen, OTAs are officially underway for the Cincinnati Bengals as some of these rookies start to meet with some of the veterans and they start to, learn each other, build some chemistry, understand the playbook, install the offense, install the defense, and whatnot. Now, at the beginning of this clip, you're going to see Shamar Stewart, right, looking on at practice, again, not participating in these activities as one, he's trying to get a contract, man, and they are refusing to pay this man right now. I don't know why, because at the moment, you don't have Shamar Stewart and you do not have Trey Hendrickson. The pass rush is an area of this team that needs to improve going into next year, and if you don't have either of those guys, it's going to be a long year, right? So before we dive into the video and break down all the news, notes, highlights, observations from OTAs, I need you guys to do me a big time favor. You're going to see some names at the top of your screen. I need you guys to go give them a follow because without them, these videos are not possible to make. And if you follow them, they're going to give you all the news, notes, highlights from practice, every single practice. So go go follow them and stay up to tune with that. With that being said, let's dive in. Now, one of my favorite rookies in this year's draft class was Barrett Carter. Now, I didn't know where he was going to end up, but he did end up with this Cincinnati Bengals team. Now, I think he has a beautiful amount of sideline to sideline speed. He's good in coverage areas, and this is a guy that I think is going to really be explosive for them in that second unit, right? Now, obviously, you have Jermaine Pratt. You have a guy like, Logan Wilson, who you see here, number 55. He's going to rotate in. We also see a couple of other guys, Barrett Carter, 49. You see Oren Burks out here, a new guy coming over from the Philadelphia Eagles, and a bunch of others as well. So I am very excited to see how this linebacker room starts to really develop as we go forward. And let me know, who are you most excited to see on this defense going into the season? They bring in TJ Slayton. You have a couple of rookies in Shamar Stewart, Demetrius Knight, and Barrett Carter. And from there, it's pretty much the same defense coming back for next season. So who are you most excited to see on the defensive side of the ball? For me, it's got to be Barrett Carter, man. I think he's going to be amazing. And right here, you see them working on looping, right? It looks like we're in a double mug blitz look, right? We're going to send these two linebackers up, and then boom, we're going to show. We're going to show that we're blitzing through that A-gap, and we're going to loop this guy around and see if we can create a mismatch, right? So, again, that's what they're working on right here. We'll see what they can do, but just a little bit of walkthrough. Now, here's some more drills with the linebackers. Oren Burks is very explosive. Now, Oren Burks isn't the perfect all-around linebacker. He fits in specific situations, but the one thing I do love about Oren Burks as a player is just the sideline-to-sideline speed that he can bring to this defense on day one. Now, again, he's not going to be a day one starter, nor do I think they need him to be a day one starter. But at the end of the day, I do think he adds a lot more potential to this football team going into next season. Definitely like that addition to add some depth. Now, here's another clip of Shamar Stewart not doing anything. Again, I really want to touch on this one more time. How are we not getting these guys under contract, right? When you look at the Cincinnati Bengals front seven, you look at guys like Joseph Asai and TJ Slayton and BJ Hill. Behind those guys, there's not much here. Myles Murphy, as a former first-round pick who hasn't really showcased his ability to be one of those high-end players, you need him to develop, especially if Trey Hendrickson is gone. You also have Chris Jenkins. You have McKinley Jackson, who are all second and third round picks of last season. Those guys are going to have to step up. And if they can't, this team is going to be in a really bad spot if you don't have Shamar Stewart, if you don't have Trey Hendrickson. Behind them, it gets really, really dicey. Really dicey. So I hate to see him just sitting on the sideline working. I do like him taking mental reps at certain situations. Obviously, when they go through 7-on-7s and 11-on-11s, that's huge. Okay? That is huge. You like to see that. But again, at the end of the day, these guys need to be here. See a little bit of mentorship by 93. That is McKinley Jackson, the third round pick of last season. And he is kind of coaching up UDFA Eric Gregory here, number 94. So I like that mentorship. Even if you're a one-year player, that mentorship does mean a lot. Alright guys, real quickly, before we deep dive back in the videos, you see Joe Burrow, Chase Brown, T. Higgins, Jermaine Burton, Jamar Chase out here practicing with the team. I need you guys to do me a little favor, right? Hit that like button if you want more of these videos throughout the entirety of OTAs, right? And then from there, we have mandatory minicamp And then ultimately, we're going to lead us right into training camp as well. So do me a favor, hit the like button if you want more of these videos. Comment down below P2 if you are enjoying them, right? And you also want more. And lastly, most important thing you guys can do is subscribe to the channel. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And like I said before, we got you guys covered throughout the entirety of this year's offseason, OTAs, minicamp, training camp, whatever it may be, we got you guys covered. So it does look like Cody Ford is going to be this team's starting right guard. You see him right here. I was very curious to see if they'd go with Lucas Patrick, the guy they brought over from New Orleans, I believe. But it looks like Cody Ford is going to continue to be that guy here, at least for them coming into the season. From there, you have Orlando Brown, Cordell Volson, you have Ted Karras, and you have Amarius Mims. So offensive line's not terrible. Overall, I don't mind what the offense looks like. I think they could be very dangerous this year. And then during practice today, they used Shamar Stewart as a placeholder, kind of a running back, right? He's supposed to be a running back here with defensive line drills. It's kind of crazy. This guy is one of the best edge rushers in this year's NFL draft, and you're just sitting on potential right here, man. If they aren't able to come to an agreement on a deal, this is going to be such a massive sell. Now, at the end of the day, I do believe they will be able to come up with something. But to see this guy through all of rookie minicamp not participate and then sit out through OTAs, at least day 1 of OTAs, day 2 of OTAs, just doing this, I mean, man, it is absolutely terrible to see. They need to get this dude signed. Please, man, please. But right here, we see some guys, Myles Murphy getting active a little bit. You see some more edge rushers, Cedric Johnson, number 52. You got number 58 out there also putting in some work. That is Joseph Asai. So obviously this is his group. These are the guys he would be practicing with anyway, and they're putting in work just with him on the sideline. Alright guys, with that being said, we don't have too much more footage, but over the next few days, weeks, and months, we're going to get a lot more. So stay tuned. Do me that big time favor of going and following all of the Bengals media members on X or Twitter, because like I said, they're going to give you everything you need to know when it comes to highlights, news, notes, analysis, whatever it may be. They got you guys covered even before I can post these videos. So go give them a follow if you haven't already done so. And lastly, do me one more favor. Comment down below, who are you most excited to see in this year's not only OTAs, mandatory minicamp, but throughout the regular season as well? Who are you excited to see, whether it be a Tahj Brooks or a Shamar Stewart potentially, if he's playing Demetrius Knight, Barrett Carter, or is it someone that they just signed, right? Samaje Perine coming back over from Kansas City. You got TJ Slay and Oren Burks. You got Joe Giles Harris, right? So you got a couple of guys who are going to probably play a nice part of this football team. You got 2 rookies in Jalen Rivers, Dylan Fairchild, or you just got T. Higgins, who they re-signed, right? Who are you most excited to see? Let me know in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and if you want more of these videos, all you gotta do is let me know. And with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the part 2 with another day of practice coming up soon. Peace.